Hello.
Hello, everyone. This episode, we've got another special guest here. Um, we are the Women of Nerd Culture, first of all, though. It's me and Becca again, as normal. Um, Welcome to this episode. And we have got with us today Hannah Graham, author, illustrator, performer, storyteller, all of the above. You may have seen her out and about at children's literary events, museums, schools, and everything in between. Hello, Hannah. Thank you for agreeing to come on. How are
Oh,
you doing?
I'm so excited. Honestly, it's just I think I've been watching them on YouTube and it's just really weird that I'm actually talking to you now because it's like, well, the thing is that I've been talking at you when I've been watching them, and then now you actually hear what I'm saying and it feels very weird. It's very cool.
We
Thank you
just see you
so
talking
much.
away to the screen.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. I've said beforehand, I've been wanting to get you on the podcast for a while, and I've always been too nervous to ask. And even if I've seen you like around, I was like, I can't ask. And then I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot my shot because we had an amazing guest on our last episode where we had the CEO from Festival of the Girls, Abby, and I was just it's amazing, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try my shot. I'm gonna
Yes,
do it.
yes.
I'm on a high. Um, so I was like, I'm gonna just
I'm not
ask.
honoured that I'm equated to that. I mean, that's amazing.
Oh,
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
precisely.
Oh,
And do you know something? I was telling some other people in Nerdy Up North, and I was saying to them like, I've actually not been was told no yet, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep
Just keep
going.
going.
I'm gonna keep going until I'm told no. But yes, Hannah,
oh, well, as they say, shy Ben's getting out. That's what
Yeah.
I like.
ex-
Genuinely, my
ex-
whole career is what I've lived by.
exactly
So, yeah.
that. And just thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today? Because it's a busy time for you.
Yeah, no, it has. You know what? It's been an incredible whirlwind. And just as you think you couldn't get busier, you just do. And you have to just be clever, don't you?
We
Um,
we
I've
do.
been really, I tell you what has taken a great shift in my mood is this sunshine. Like, hasn't it
Yes.
been amazing?
Yes, I stepped out. I stepped out of work the at lunchtime, and I was like, "What is this in the sky? Why is it so
Oh my
bright?"
God. I've had to open the windows while I've been working. I was working from home this week and I've just had to have the windows open upstairs and I'm like, wow, it's so hot.
Very
Yeah, and you
much.
can hear the birds sing as you
Mhm.
work, and
Yes.
isn't it lovely?
Yes. But
The
on
only oh, sorry.
it's
No,
okay.
No,
You
go ahead.
carry on.
well, I was just about to say the only problem that I have found, I'm not quite adapted yet, is you have less pockets because you haven't got a spare coat on. So I've been really trying to relive to adjust what I put in what pockets.
Yes,
So
I
yeah.
I fully get that. But we have a bit of a tradition on this podcast for we ask a question to every single person who comes on the podcast first time, and it's, do you consider yourself nerdy, and what are you nerdy about?
So yes, we had a bit of a moment, didn't we? Because
We did.
we did. We had. I think it's a really interesting discussion because what I would say is that I feel that I'm actually relatively new back into the sort of nerd world in the sense because I was when I was young, when I was at school, and then it got squashed out of me. And then I then married a nerd, and he's the most wonderful nerdy husband I could ever wish for, and he's incredible. And he's so he's to force me to stop working. He's actually got me on into Pokemon, and I've
All right.
now am a bit addicted, and I am so proud of my little Pokemon party, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm evolving them all, and it's amazing.
So is it like Pokemon Go you play?
No, it's a Pokemon Leaf, which is
All right,
basically
yes.
like a new it's like the old style of yeah, and then it's sort of but it's sort of new, so it's got like more
Mhm.
different Pokemon and there's like extra bits like you can sort of go back to people you previously fought before but refight them again, so you can train your Pokemon up even faster and things like
Yeah.
that.
That's cool. Do
So
you
yeah.
do you have a favorite
Mhm.
Pokemon then?
So someone asked me this, and I'm like, "Don't make me choose out of my babies." No, I I really get excited when you're like evolving them up, and I like the ones I think that you can sort of evolve 3 times. because you
All
get to
right.
see that sort of, and you have to kind of earn it. So like you're not allowed, or there's some that you're not allowed to evolve into a certain level because otherwise you don't get some of their cool fighting skills.
Yeah.
So yeah, but my favorite one, Charizard. I like Charizard.
It's a classic. It's a classic. I like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
actually,
actually
your
had
what's
the
right
shiny.
here.
I had this shiny Pokemon card as a kid growing up.
Look what I've got right to hand in my washing pile. Oh, you can't see it?
Oh, it's too green.
Yeah.
You
it's
kidding
ugly.
me?
It's my son's t-shirt of Charizard. It's literally just sitting next to me on the table.
It's meant to be.
But I think we all had the shiny Pokemon cards when we were kids. Think of how much money they would be worth now. It makes me sad.
Well, we've seen them sell for over $1 million,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Oh wow! You know what? I feel if I had time to tidy my house, I do think somewhere I have a little, like, you know, those bag, like there's a 101 Dalmatian bag
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in this house. There's a 101 Dalmatian bag, and it's got all my Pokemon cards in it. That's where I put them.
I get that. I get that so much.
Yeah.
So much, yeah. But
Um,
should we get into what inspired you into creating portraits and just drawing and stuff?
Oh my goodness, that is like the $1 million question. I feel that there's sort of so many little things in life events that sort of led me to the point where I am now. A lot of that and sort of nerdy, like I'd always doodle in the margins and make like sort of, I love Beano. I don't know if Beano counts as a nerdy subject,
And
but
anything can be nerdy.
yeah, I adored Beano, and I used to sort of like, that was my way of reading. I didn't really, I did struggle with reading growing up, and I just sort of, I loved the way it sort of told a story, and then I'd just do it to like revise as well because I've got dyslexia. So it was a really good way for me to process things. And then I think people have always, everyone has a story, don't they? And I guess for me, I want, and something that's really important to me is that people should know their value, and people aren't always shared their value, and people don't have time for other people. And I just think a big thing that's really important is actually really share, like letting people know how much you appreciate them, and don't like, I know you might look like a weirdo, but give that compliment. If you like someone's scarf, tell them, you know what I mean? Like,
I do that all the time. And my daughter has actually picked up on doing that because I tell people all the time that I'm like, I love your hair or I love your lipstick. Those are my go-to ones.
yeah, and it's just, well, and it's just saying the thoughts that are in your head. You're just saying them out, like you're not being false, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people, I think sometimes are like, oh, like you just compliment. I'm like, no, I'm literally just being unfiltered.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was more of a wordsmith. I wrote poems initially because I was a nurse, and I got the metro every day, and I thought, I'm not wasting this time. I didn't have a Game Boy. I didn't have a smartphone at the time, so I wrote stories, and I just sort of think of rhymes, and like a bit like my writing style, I'm quite quick. So on the way to work, I'd write one, and on the way back, I'd do the illustrations for it. So that, but it was a long trip. It was like an hour, like, you know, an hour then, an hour back. But then I kind of had a pause. So it's just something I did for myself, for my friends, you know. And then my little boy was born 3 months early. And yeah, that was a bit life-changing. He was born 1 pound 7 ounces.
Wow.
Which, yeah, it's, if anyone hasn't had children, I didn't know this till I had Peter. So when people talk about weights, I used to like, I don't know what's big one. So a sort of an average-ish baby would be sort of between like £6 to £8.
Yeah.
Well, £6 ish. But then Peter was 1 pound 7, which is a lot smaller. And so I just at that moment I had the choice to revalidate for my nursing. I just thought, I just can't, I don't have the headspace. I don't know, we didn't know how his cerebral palsy would present. We didn't know how disabled he would be. So it was quite easy to take a step back at that point, to be like, look, I just can't revalidate right
Yeah.
right now. And I just sort of was like, well, at the moment, I'm just going to focus on being a mum. If I need to return to nursing, what you can do, I will do that. But for now, I just need to focus on this. But whilst I was there, as a way to sort of like to say thank you to the nurses, I would illustrate them and write them a poem and then give it to them. And the amount of joy that I saw these amazing angels that looked after my child got, I thought, well, I might not be a very good drawer. Who cares? I'm doing it because I am so grateful. And I think that's a big step in my journey as an illustrator, is you don't do it for anything except to see the joy that someone gets when they get something. And if someone doesn't like the picture, you get that, someone else might, and even if it's just that one person, it's worth it. So that's where it starts. So I've got my little book somewhere. Here we are. I've got looking through the plastic here, which so this didn't actually come until Peter was a lot older, because obviously, as I said, didn't have time to be thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about illustration at all at that point. I just did it to say thank you.
Yeah.
And then what happened then? And then basically to say thank you again for his nursery that helped him so much, because he had so many SEND needs. He was very behind when he was at nursery, and we had such a fight to get him an EHCP. To say thank you, I would go in to tell the stories, and I would add colour to the stories, because I did before. I never added colour to my stories, but because I was going into a nursery, I was like, I better make the pictures look a bit prettier, And so I went in for free and just to say thank you. And then one day my friend said, like, why don't you start making this into a business? And I was like, no one's gonna want this.
And boy, were you wrong.
Yeah. She's a very, now she is she's my amazingly incredible nerdy friend. She is wonderful. But she's usually always right. She's such a business lady. She's so clever. But anyway, so just it niggled, and she said, when are you going to do it? And I'm like, well, I'm going to do it this year. The year of, I should remember the year I did it, but it was when Peter, I think it's coming up 4 years now. So it was when Peter was about 3. I was like, this is when I'm really gonna go for it this year. Hannah Graham. And because I didn't know whether I wanted to go down the illustration route, and I didn't know whether I wanted to go for the sort of writing route, I went for storyteller, because I like to draw people and tell other people's stories too. So I was like, it's an all-rounder name, because then it's sharing people's stories, and it's also sharing my own. So that's when it started. And I started with 4 postcard greetings, because again, it's about connections, really important to me. Like writing letters to people, even though people don't do it very often, it makes such a difference to people's lives when you take the time to write to someone. So it started with doing story times on one side, and then the illustration side of the greetings cards initially. And then after that, it just, like as you said, it snowballed, and people kept saying, could you do this, could you do, and accidentally saying yes to things you didn't mean to.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and then now illustrated 3 books in a year, which is great. One of them's my own book, and going pretty well at the moment.
I mean, did you find that like becoming an illustrator and actually doing the art came naturally, or was there somebody that inspired you like in the art as well? Because to me, I looked at quite a lot of your drawings earlier, and they kind of reminded me of Quentin Blake, who did a lot of work with Roald Dahl.
Yeah, so it's interesting you say that. So as a kid, I as you know, I was into the Beano, and I did love Roald Dahl, because it's, again, I was very dyslexic, but for some reason I don't know whether it's the font size or like the content of the story. I just love Roald Dahl's just a genius, isn't it? I like so clever with his words and his imagination. They were very impactful, and also probably what was in the libraries at the time, what you got audiobook, and I'm big on audiobooks. I really struggle to read. So I think they must have played but also they gave me the confidence because I saw Quentin Blake stuff and I thought, oh, I could draw like that.
Yeah.
Which is a totally very arrogant thing to say, but as a kid, I was like, oh, well. And I saw him on the TV once as a kid drawing the Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I was like, oh, that would
that's one
be
of my
so
favourites.
cool to be able to just draw off the cuff. Like, I would love to do
Yeah.
that. So there must have been like an influence there. Though I purposely at the moment don't look at his stuff, even though I adore it. I don't want to be accused of sort of trying to take his style. So I'm like, even though I adore it so much, I try and sort of like, so it's or try to make it more organic. I try and make sure that but yeah, it's I think though I was really put off. I didn't do art between the age of I told myself I didn't do art from the age of 14 till I was happy in my nursing career, where I was surrounded by people that built me up.
Yes.
So there's a big gap between when I was 13 and when I was 25, where I didn't do any art at all. I didn't like I made posters to remind myself of memory things, and I have a best friend that I used to write pen and pal letters to.
Yeah.
And that would be the only person I would ever draw for or to. Because I didn't consider myself an arty person, and at school I was told, Hannah, that's just scruffy. I don't appreciate it. I just didn't I just didn't think I had a style. And it was only when it came to a point when I decided to make this business, but also I was like, I'm only doing it not to please anyone else, but to share. Again, it's that sharing of joy, and my natural style is that style. So, you know, and I think that's whenever I do workshops with kids or with adults, even though adults have such a bad negative internal monologue, is that there's no one better at drawing than you, because your style is distinctive to you. And trying to get that through to people, it's not actually, there's always going to be a better drawer than you, but there's no one who can be a better you. So yeah.
So sweet to put it like that. Oh.
Yeah.
That made me think there.
Yes.
I know, meditation. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
It's funny, I get on a rant and I'm like, oh, what did I say again?
No, I need a little Hannah recording that says to me, "You are the best at being you." I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna put it in a short, and I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna play it, just to keep reminding myself of that.
So true. I feel like, because again, I've been told in the past that like, oh, your style will never be for this commercial market, and it's like, well, I'm glad I didn't listen to that advice, because it's not true.
Yeah, very much.
If you're I heard this from an amazing guy in Sunderland, and he said to me, if you're never in fashion, you'll never go out of it.
Very true.
Being authentic and genuine to yourself is where you'll find the joy, because if you try and please people, you're never going to please everyone. So I'm gonna just make a short of just all,
we just need a short of all of Hannah's
inspiration. Yeah.
That's hilarious you say that, because like, I think it's the type of people you are as well, that we can have this conversation, because like I guess it's that whole thing of when you understand, or you're surrounded people that love you and value you, it does bring out the best in you, doesn't it? And you can see that clearly. And then there's times when you go have harder chapters, like you were saying earlier about being at the museum and people being really difficult. Where you're taken back into that sort of like at school feeling, and you feel suppressed and you don't feel your best self, you know. And I think as you get older, you learn to know where to refuel those people that boost you. You've
got to find your tribe as an adult, and it's very hard, and it's taken me 30 odd years to find people like Nerdy Up North. And I say this every podcast, but I'm just very blessed to have the people in Nerdy Up North in my life, because they definitely refueled me and made me appreciate the nerdy me instead of
let out the nerd.
Yes. And boy, has she come out.
I mean, there is this whole. Again, this doesn't sound very nerdy, but I think I love C.S. Lewis, and
Mm.
one of my favorite quotes of his is that you have to grow up again to enjoy fairy tales again, because you go through that being like, oh no, I'm too adult, I'm too grown up, I'm a different
Yes.
person, and you grow up again to be
Mhm.
like, oh, I didn't know that was amazing. Why I'm going to pick it back up again.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
there's your nerdy bit for you then. C.S. Lewis has a connection to Sunderland. He's got
you
a blue
kidding?
plaque here.
Yeah.
He has a blue
No.
plaque less than 5 minutes walk from my house at Holy Trinity Church, because I believe he stayed there with at the vicarage for about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, because his sister was married to the vicar there.
Yeah.
Oh way!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in love with it. Did you know though? This is my nerdy thing. I can't remember. This is bad because I can't actually remember his real name. But C.S. He. Oh, this is it. Did you know that his real name is actually Jack,
No.
but he
No, I
goes
didn't.
Lewis. Yeah, his real name was Jack, but he didn't like the name Jack. So it's C.S. Lewis, isn't it? Or he doesn't like. He liked to be called Jack, but I'm quite sure it was C.S. Lewis that he liked, but his name was Jack. It was that way round or something like that, and I'm like, well, no way. So
That's
yeah,
that's so funny.
that is a bit of nerd.
Well, there
That
you go.
that is
But
quite
Blue
I
funny.
do
plaque I
really
go past nearly twice a day.
Yeah.
well. I'm really excited. I'm gonna have to find that because I love, like, even when we were in this Premier Inn, Weekend Away, I was just drawing. I was the all you can eat buffet. Oh, it is when you pay for it. But anyway, it's just sitting in there having my breakfast, having my refillable coffee,
Mhm.
and there's a lamppost, and I just like it just brings me straight to Narnia whenever I see a lamppost.
Yes.
Like, there's one opposite Otto as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, little windows to Narnia everywhere. You're just
Yes.
like, and then don't get me started on the Armstrong Bridge.
No.
Have you seen it?
I haven't
Like,
though.
Mhm.
it's like a giant bridge. You need to. It used to be my commute to work when I lived in Newcastle. You literally, it's a giant, huge bridge, and it's just every meter there's another giant lamppost all the way,
Yeah.
like a little arch that you can walk down, and it's so cool. You have to go. It's like one
I'll
of the.
have to check it
They
out.
have a Jasmine market there. If you really like, I worked a lot with the food, northeast food, the local heroes,
Yeah.
Right, yes,
and
yes.
they have a Jasmine market. It's very
Okay.
good.
That's cool. But how did you and Katie score? Is it Scorer?
Yes, that is
Join up
correct.
to create Ship's Cat? Because I can't. I was trying to look up how the connection happened, and I can't find it.
Well, I just adore Katie. She's like, we've become like the closest friends. Honestly,
Oh.
she's amazing. So what happened was, once upon a time, I was in the 7 stories, just because it's a nice thing to do with your little
Yeah.
boy. And I ordered and now this is again, I'm nerdy on coffee. I had an espresso macchiato, which is, I'm sure you don't pronounce it like that. But
How I pronounce it.
That's how I do it.
it's the most pretentious coffee you can get, because it's
Excuse me.
basically espresso with a little hat of foamed milk. It's like the small. So you're basically wasting a load of milk to get this little hat on the top
Yeah.
of espresso. Anyway, ordered that. It was one of the best I'd had. So to say thank you to the barista, I drew them to say thank you. Just so happened that I gave it to this lovely barista, this portrait. They were so happy with it. They went down a table and said to the lady that was the head of the social media of the 7 Stories, said, "Look, this lady over there painted for me." And the lady was like, "Hello." And then she was like, "This is amazing." And then she was like, "Oh, I'll share it on my social media." And that was really cool. And it was before this book was out, actually, because I said, I've got a book that's going to be coming out, but it's going to take a while. But anyway, so that got put on social media, on Instagram. In the meantime, when this is happening, Katie's looking for an illustrator for a book, and she's trying to find the one that fits her story. And she saw me on Instagram, and because she loves 7 Stories as well, and she was like, "Oh, that's what I want for my book." So she sent me an Instagram message saying, And you know what? I love it because it goes, "No, this is a bit random." But do you do children's books? And I said, "I love random." Yeah, I do. And then she's like, "Great, I'll send you the manuscript." Read it. I did a sketch. I didn't realize she was with the publishers at this point. It's Cranthorpe and Milner. And she's like, "Great, I've sent off that sketch to my publishers, and I love you, and I want you to be my illustrator." And then they got in touch and said, "We love you." And I was just like, "I'm like, oh, thank you.
Oh my
I love you
goodness.
too." You know, this is great. And then and I couldn't really believe it. And that was Katie gave me my golden ticket really to get into sort of the publishing, because it's my first like proper published book. Well, no,
Amazing.
everyone's, independent's brilliant as well, but it's a hard thing to get into.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's been an amazing adventure ever since. And it's been really nice because most illustrators and authors don't get to meet, but because of this way it happened, and we're both in the northeast, like the actual publishers down south, like, so it's really been lovely. Yeah, it's been great. And that's how it happened. And Kate also has a black cat called Bella, who is the most adorable, incredible cat. And she's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
Random's great sometimes.
Oh,
Don't you think?
it's kind of how we met.
It's how we met. It's how I met one of my longest male friends and ended up studying martial arts with him. Just random messages on like message boards like 20 years ago.
Back in the day.
Random is just such a powerful. We don't give it enough, like, what's the word? We don't like the word random. We just think, oh, a bit random. But actually, random's magic, isn't it? Like, it's destiny. It's like, it's so many things.
I fully get it, because how I joined Nerdy Up North is I literally joined a random Discord server. I still don't know to this day how I joined this Discord server, because
I don't know who invited you.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I just turned up, and then this kind of all snowballed into me doing this, me doing Once More with Morphin, and just doing all these random things, and I love it. And I wouldn't change it.
And do you think there's a little bit, when it is the word random, it's things don't go to your plan.
Yeah.
Something's interrupted your plan.
Yeah.
And whatever you believe that is, and actually you're going with it. And usually when something random happens, it's something randomly good.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I put it as life didn't give me what I wanted, it gave me what I needed.
I do believe in that as well. I think that's so true.
Yes, that's my little in my brain, Yeah.
Oh, that's profound. You know what? Like, I think, have you ever thought of like sort of churning out magnets? I mean, I feel that's a lot of profound.
You're both little philosophers here.
That expression, I'll put that on a magnet.
It's the NHS. It's work for the NHS at points.
Excuse me for the background noise.
I haven't. We haven't considered that, but we are considering some merch and maybe some t-shirts, because we've got a few different things coming up. So it is something that we have considered. We've got stickers, and I am going to get you a sticker. I am going to.
You know what? Right? Just literally a light bulb moment. Just a second, you can tell me if it's rubbish. But you talked about festival. Why do you get like a festival? Because don't you like get festival sort of like bracelets that you sort of stick on,
or like
a hospital bracelet?
We do. Me and my child, me and my tiny human are going to be making some wonk bracelets. I normally have one that I can show on my desk, but I don't, because my child has now commandeered the desk at points. But like your friendship bracelets with the beads and stuff.
Yeah,
we've got some stuff to make wonk ones, so women of nerd culture ones. So there are going to be some of them. So we will get one of those to you as well.
Oh, that's so. Oh, bye! Wow, this is wonderful.
Yes, we will get you one of those. But once
I do officially have a wonk T-shirt as well, with like the main logo on.
Yes.
that we decided to get one just to try it out to see what it would look like.
Oh, that is so cool. That
Yes.
is really cool.
Yes.
Oh,
We do try it, and I think we all need a little bit more women of nerd culture in our lives at the moment. You know,
yeah.
being a woman is a little bit tough in this
Yeah.
old world at the moment. So
Oh God, yes.
yes, yes.
No, it is interesting, isn't it? Because, like, I mean, well, actually, I was talking about this with I've got some wonderful friends that like own cafes in different parts of Sunderland. There are certain ways of being a woman where you actually have a superpower, because there's been times where this amazing lady, she's had all sorts of like scary people come into her cafe. She's one lady on her own that like is in this cafe. She owns it, so it's sort of she's not like
She's got to be there.
um she does have a black belt in karate, but no one else knows that. And but the amount of times people come in aggressive, drunk, or with a knife, and because she's a woman, she's managed to disarm them with her wit, because they've been like, oh, like I think that's a lot of it, because she's the amount of people where like, wow, like if someone came in with aggressive, she's been able to be like good day, have some cake, go on, off you go, and they've just been bamboozled with kindness,
Yeah.
and I like, and there's been times where she was telling me with like her husband, they've like when the husband was there, the guy just got aggressive and started like slashing down the place, and I think
Gosh.
yeah, it is really interesting.
Mm.
Sorry, I totally took that.
No.
No.
It 100%.
It's an interesting thing that we actually, even though like there's certain situations where it's like hospital appointments where I actually have to take my husband with me for the people to take me seriously, to the point where actually sometimes there is like a superpower of being a woman where people don't expect you to be able to outwit them as well.
Yes.
It's quite interesting, isn't it?
It is very much.
Yeah.
But I've got a question, because I think this fits in ever so well. You bring so much positivity to events, and I've been lucky enough to go to ones at the Winter Gardens. But how do you maintain that positivity? How do you do it, Hannah?
It's one of my favorite places, the museum, because basically I just adore the team there. Firstly, the whole, I can genuinely say that every single person in that museum that I've encountered, worked with, have just had this amazing, incredible energy, and they're just, when I can't stand people that keep rules for rules' sake, and they're just so wonderful.
Yeah.
And I basically get given a giant playground. I'm the queen bee making up an imaginary game, and everyone's following along. So it's great for me, because it's just everyone's just having fun, and it's a laugh, and we get to use the whole of the museum, and the kids are learning and having fun.
I love those events. I absolutely love it, and I'm so excited to see what happens in the museum going forward with all the changes and stuff.
Yeah, well, we have got a gig before, like, because I know they're going to be sort of going quiet for a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah.
But we've got another with the ship's cap.
Ah,
Oh, it's going
okay.
to be so exciting. It's in May half term, the Friday, and we're going to be learning about the boats at the very top of the museum with the pirate theme, and we're going to have illustration. It's going to be quite illustration heavy, this one. But there's also going to be lots of fun. And I've been messaging Katie, like I've been like lying in bed, and I'll have a random idea, and I've been like, we're gonna do this song, and can we do this song? Because again, it's like it's my first time where I've had to sort of co-present, as it were, like, because usually I get to make all the rules, whereas actually this is sort of like a co thing. As you two must know, you must be very good at it, like where you sort of like learn to adjust how sort of to work with each other.
It's still a learning curve sometimes, because we're both exhausted mamas. We're exhausted mamas most of the time, so yeah.
I think
it's random times. It's random messages at random times, like you just said you were doing.
Or I'll see you on the school run and go, and you'll be like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's interesting because both me and Katie both have little ones as well. So yeah, it's lovely to have someone who really gets it, and like you're literally putting at any point of the day you can, leaving voice notes, or there's a child screaming in the background.
Yes, and we don't mind that. We don't mind that at all, because my child has only just learned in the last 6-7 months that she can't interrupt. She has to stay in bed at this point. But obviously, Sarah's got tinier ones.
I've got a set of 2-year-old twins, so they haven't learnt that yet.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Can I just have a quick look? How come it doesn't look like you're a melting candle? Because I generally look like a melting candle after one.
I don't know how she does it. I don't. It's magic.
Good lighting and makeup.
Oh wow!
Don't worry, I've got lots of grey hair coming through under here.
Oh really? All hiding. Though, do you know what? Do you want to know one of my favourite verses? And I really want to really believe this and honestly live this out. Because people always say, "Oh, it's easy for you to say this," but I really want to honestly live this out. Because so my favourite verse is it's wear your grey hairs like a crown of wisdom on your head. And if you truly believe what that says, it's actually being like, well, every single trial I've been through, every single stress, every single thing I've pushed myself to the nth degree, it's made me who I am. And I am not gonna, if I've got a wrinkle on my face because I've lived a bit of life, that's something to be really celebrated, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Yeah, so I'm
it's just that I've got grey and white mutton chops at the minute, that's all. I wouldn't mind if it came through my hair. I've just got mutton chops that are grey at the minute.
Sarah, man.
That's brilliant.
Oh, bless you.
So
So
I see my. Oh yeah, sorry.
no. I was just saying that's 100% positive, and that's exactly what I asked for.
Do you want to know my not so well, I don't know if it is. So my someone told me, and I don't know if this is not true or not. I'm really sad because I'm not going to go grey and go wise, because apparently ginger people go off cauliflower colour.
Well, I am technically ginger, and I come from a long line of gingers, but their hair always goes blonde or brown first, and then they go grey.
Oh, so I just have to wait a while to get wise.
Technically, this is ginger, but it's kind of like a dirty blonde at the minute.
Oh, are you ginger underneath the blonde?
This is just what colour my gingers become.
Oh, no way.
As I've got older, my ginger has kind of gone a dirty blonde.
And I'm just fake ginger at the moment.
So I had a goldfish, right, that changed colour, and it's scared that it would change colour. And I was so excited because I had this amazing goldfish that we got from the fair, and it changed colour. And then when I was at uni, someone said, "Hannah, goldfish don't change colour." So I was like, "No, it was called Lucy, and she lived for 7 years." And they're like,
"Oh,
no, Hannah."
Oh, Hannah.
My mum won't answer when I.
Just one night you woke up and it was black or something.
Oh my goodness.
I think they must have chose very carefully to match the one before. Not saying that you died and been replaced by a clone of yourself, but
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
Oh, bless you. But that has made me smile. Oh, bless you. What advice do you have for future artists?
Oh,
or authors?
Well, see, that's a really hard one because AI is looming and it's scary. But
yeah,
I think what I'd say to anyone, not just artists, where I've got to in my life, it's not being about an artist, because one day I might break my arm and I won't be able to be an artist anymore. And I think, I think one of the big things is things that have helped me through to where I've got to, which is being brave. And I know that sounds like I'm not brave, but brave is acting even though you're scared. And I think that's one of the big things, is doing things even if it puts you outside your comfort zone. Ben's getting out. Another thing is emotional resilience, which I think they get pushed down them so much at school. But it's not about resilience and doing well in tests. It's about actually picking yourself up again and actually weighing up people's, like, it's good to take feedback, but they're not always right. You know, that sort of like emotional resilience, which I'm still growing in, because I think, again, it's like we were talking about, you know, from Monday to Friday, you can have a different like reaction to lots of things. But yeah, and then the third one is being authentically you. And I think, you know, if not everyone's going to like you, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that is I think they're my big three things: be brave, train yourself in emotional resilience, and that is by not looking for other people's approval to keep going, and then it's be your authentic self. So yeah, they might be my three things too.
That's amazing advice.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that's just for being like illustrators and authors and things and storytellers.
Very...
I think that's just general great advice.
Yeah. Really broad reaching that.
Yes.
Well, I mean, and because again, our identities, as you'll know, you guys, when we're very fluid. It's not our career that makes us who we are. And if I couldn't do it tomorrow, it'd be very, very sad. You know, it would be very sad. But it's not. That's not that defines me. You know, it's a person that can make a difference in someone's life without a paintbrush, just being kind, is so much. It's just as much worth. You know, and I think that's the big thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm loving this episode. I'm just loving how positive it is.
It's really lovely, and like
I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
And good advice and things.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are kind of full of it. Yeah, I think you're just about. I think it's, isn't it? I think it's lovely when you. Again, it's that, like, I feel very relaxed. I guess it's in the funny. Like, a few years ago, I'd been like, I would just feel totally out of place. Whereas you guys are also very wonderful to chat to as well.
We like to try our best to make it like a chill.
Yeah.
Like, you know, coffee and cake chat.
Everybody's welcome at our table.
Yeah.
Well, again, yeah, and it's like hospitality, isn't it? Because I'm drinking my coffee here, and I could be just sitting at any cafe, chatting with you. You know, it's really nice. Yeah.
Speaking
I feel like half my brain's turned off.
Oh,
Like, you know, the parenting part of your brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's nice when you do things like that, because half your brain turns off, and
Yes.
you're just share like this.
But we were talking beforehand. Sarah has a question about the coffee mugs.
Oh, how did the coffee cups come about?
The coffee cup creations.
Yes, the coffee cup creations, because I was just looking at them earlier going, that must be so hard to like draw because of the curved surface. And so there's a whole, this is like been a sort of a obsession for a long time, but it didn't start with the cup. It started with the coffee itself. All right.
I've actually got a little thing here. So this is my nerdy bit. Like, this is where I went truly nerdy, and I went away from it because I just did it for a whole year pretty much. And it's where because I went to a lot of coffee shops, because Peter, with his autism, the only place he would sit still for 20 minutes was in a cafe, because there was the rules. We always went to Costa initially, because the red cafe. But then there was certain ones where they accepted us and were really, like, they saw us coming up the stairs and they got Peter some milk and me a drink, because they knew us so well. So one of the things I did, espresso's cheapest thing off the menu as well, I would get an espresso, and also it defines. So again, I'm a big coffee geek. If you've got good made coffee, it will leave a really good stain.
Yes.
And what I also wanted to get from this picture was, I wanted to draw a picture for the cafe that was part of the cafe, and part of that cafe is the coffee, right? So this one I remember was when I went to Flat Whites. This was quite far into when I was doing these, and I got the coffee cup.
All right, yeah.
This is actually an affogato, and I put it upside down, and I made these 2 circles. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see it.
And then
Yeah.
out of the 2 circles, I have to create something. I don't know what it's going to be, and it just turned out to be these birds.
I love that.
That's
So, and
That's
then
so
each
cute.
one I did. This was Costa in Washington. This one. So this is a hot chocolate ring. Because I used my friend's cup as well, and it's a sewer, I think, that one, and the tea staining for the bricks. So
Yeah.
I put part of the cafe into it. This one's a mocha mountain with a cowboy on it. Hang
Oh
on.
my god, I love the
Oh.
cowboy.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing,
So
Hannah.
that's what. So, and this was my first ever one. This was in Pop Rex because I just didn't. I
Oh,
love.
yeah.
I just didn't have an idea what I was going to draw. Actually, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to draw. So I spilled the hot chocolate. I used my friend's cups. Actually, I use every single cup. So hang on, I'm trying to work backwards. This is the hot chocolate tree, and then the mocha, and then that was the moon up there, and then you've got the cat, the wolf howling at it.
I love
But
that.
yeah, so that was so did that for a whole year. So as you can see. I'm trying to
Wow.
get in the camera. Don't know.
It's absolutely fine.
We
can see
can
it.
see how many there are. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So I just did that to pretty much, and I went to a different cafe each time.
Mhm.
And then I even did barista training because I thought, wouldn't it be good to do cafe art
I saw
as
that.
well?
I saw.
Latte art.
Yeah, I saw that you'd done that.
Because I thought I never. To be honest, they didn't. I was too enthusiastic with the steaming of milk, so they wouldn't let me do much latte art.
Oh.
Milk everywhere. But anyway, so that created that love for coffee. I didn't really like coffee before that. And then I started going to Otto's on a Otto's on Stockton Road.
I don't know.
Well, they have cups that don't have anything on it, and I was like, great idea for a canvas. So I go to a church that's on Stockton Road, and before church, a group of us meet to just chat and catch up.
Mhm.
And so we go there, and so whilst everyone's chatting, I'm just drawing on a paper cup, and then it's just a nice thing to do. And then I just carried on each week, and I'm like, oh, it's like panorama, you've got a whole canvas
Yeah.
to draw on. So that's where that came in, and actually people really like them, and it just so that's where that came from. But yeah, a love of coffee, but then cafes are so special because there's community in cafes, aren't there?
Yeah.
And the people behind the cafe, that's actually running the cafe as well, and they're in like really important hubs, in our society.
Yeah.
And I really wanted them also to get recognition because Sunderland's a growing, incredible city that is really, there's people are starting to see the value that coffee isn't just not just about the coffee, is it? Even though the art of the coffee making is out of love and attention to that coffee.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
That's beautiful. And you're right, there are so many amazing cafes in Sunderland, and just the things that they're bringing to it to make community. We've got one quite close by, Carnival House in Southwick, and I absolutely love the people that work there. That what they do is just amazing. Like they do the creative seed and things like that, and I don't think people appreciate just how much they want to bring to the local area yet. But I very much do, and the people that run it, they've just been amazing over the years to me and Sophie, and the fact that my little one, she's neurodivergent, and she's on the SEN register and things like that. And just the fact that 2 years ago she wouldn't have spoken to them, and they've taken the time to kind of get to know her and to just to be around, and the fact that she'll talk to them now, and it's just amazing. And the fact that Carnival House do so much for the local community, it's with their classes and things like that, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's just, and it's just so important, especially, I mean, you understand this, like we were talking about how lonely it can be when you have a child where you just don't feel accepted, or you feel like you're in the way,
Yeah.
or and for them to take an actual interest and love your child too,
Yeah.
And that is priceless, isn't it?
It really is. And yeah, and they do so much for the local community. Like, they do so many parades, and they involve everybody. Anyone who wants to be involved, they will find a way to involve them, and it's beautiful. And if anyone is obviously seeing this, I'll put the links. I'll put all the links below to Hannah's socials and to anything. But obviously, I'll put links below to the creative seed, so you guys can check it out and just see how amazing they are. But yes. Do you actually have a favourite portrait that you've ever done, Hannah? Or is that asking you to pick a favourite child again?
Pick your favourite child.
I know. That's a really good question. I would say it's a really, because again, isn't it? It's interesting because it's not necessarily your best one, is it? It's a lot to do with your heart that you poured into that picture. I suppose some of them would be those quiet ones where no one else really gets to see it, but you're sending someone a letter and you want that person to know how much you love them, and you're pouring your heart out into that picture. And I think they are my favorites. You don't share them and you're like, oh, like I mean, it's one of those things where like it's so meaningful to me. I would like to, but it's not. You don't really want to, because it's
Yeah.
you know. I mean, I think that, and I know that sounds really odd, but it's those moments, or when I've used it as a form of prayer. I guess when my friend was really unwell and I didn't know if she'd make it, and I still have that in the back of my little notebook. And I've got it in here. This is why it's good. This is one of my favorites. Because it's it's full of hope, even though it really. Oh, I'm trying to get my face.
You're there. I've got
Oh,
you.
that's fine. Yeah, I can see it.
There we
That's
go.
beautiful.
So she was very unwell, and like knowing that, I guess for us, she's a very, so I am a Christian, and she was a very committed Christian as well. And just knowing that, I don't know, just praying that prayer and drawing that was just helped me process what was going on. And yeah, I think those are the sort of ones that you don't necessarily,
It's beautiful.
share in the moment.
Oh, yes, yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
They really are.
And my favorite one, even though it's just a little sketch, was when I really struggled getting pregnant with Peter. And again, it was more like a prayer again, because we didn't think we could have children, and we did have to go through IVF. And I just it was almost like, I am content if I can't, but this is what I really want with all my heart. That was sort of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wasn't very good at drawing back then. Like, I didn't draw the face. All it was like a sort of a circle with my short haircut holding something like this, and the world. And I drew like the sort of planets going round and the stars, and like the world just going round, and like sharing my pain but also my hope. And that I guess a lot of it's about the emotion and the story behind that makes something special.
I can see that picture so clearly in my mind, just from how you describe it.
Yeah, and I think they're the bits that I'll never forget. The ones that you draw and they're etched in your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Because that's a really good question, because like I'm always very I think I'm a bit of a pessimist. You talk about being optimistic. I think I'm a bit of a pessimist, because I'm always surprised it turns out all right. You know, and I'm going, oh, it's good, Mark, to my husband. Isn't it good? You know what I mean? Like, I'm always surprised that it turns out okay.
Oh.
So I think it's
Oh.
very good question. Yeah, I like a good question, because the good questions are when you get a surprising answer when you didn't realize it yourself, isn't it? Yeah.
But we have another tradition on this podcast, as we get towards the end.
Yes.
Sarah, are you ready?
I'm ready. I was just double checking I did have them to hand. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Right. So for first time guests, again, we've got the second tradition is, if you don't mind indulging us, is we ask some random questions. Now these ones are just for fun, so don't worry about giving in-depth answers or anything like that. But it's based on the roll of a dice.
Oh,
So
yes, this
we've
is
got
proper nerdy.
yes,
Love it.
yes.
Yes.
So I have a lovely little selection of D8s here, 8-sided dice, and I will introduce them to you in a moment. But we roll you choose a dice, I roll it, and we ask the relevant question. So these are the dice I've got to choose from. I've got a big green one.
Okay.
I have a sparkly light blue.
Mm-hmm.
I have a clear glitter one.
Mm-hmm.
This one is black and purple.
Yeah.
And I've got a black and red.
See, can you predict which one I'm going to pick? Because I find this so easy. But you might. Don't worry if you don't. I'll tell you if you like. It's
Go
the
on
green
then.
one. The green one's right
Your
green.
eyes did light up.
Yeah, the big green one. Here we go then. Right.
Okay.
So the first one's number 2.
Ooh, what food item can you not live without?
Oh. Chocolate.
Simple, plain simple, straight
Simple
to the
but
point.
effective.
Yeah.
Yes. I think chocolate is my favorite. Yes. I think that's got to be the answer.
That's a good one.
It is, it is. Do you want to stick with big green or do you want to choose a different one?
I do love green. Like, would it be boring if I kept with green? Would you
No.
Not at
heavily
all.
suggest I go for a different dice?
No, you.
Wink if you think no. Okay, I'll go for green this time then. Like, not the green one. Yeah.
It is number 3 now.
Oh, which fictional world would you like to live in for a month? This hasn't. Narnia. I knew it was good, but this question hasn't come up for a few podcasts now.
It hasn't. It was basically a question that came up every single time until the last 2 times we had guests.
Yeah.
Really?
I could gather it would have been Narnia. Yeah.
Yeah, I do love Narnia.
We do love Narnia in this household too. We have watched all the films repeatedly for the last month and a half.
So good. So good.
Shall we do a third roll?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Big green?
Wait, before you do, second one. Can I have the second word?
Yeah,
Also,
of course.
the ship's cat.
Yes.
Ship's cat. That has to be
Ship's
there.
cat.
Okay.
Am I allowed that one?
Of
The pirate
course.
ship.
Of course.
That's great.
Of course you are. Okay.
Number 8.
Oh, I like this question because this question hasn't come up for a while.
Ooh.
What would be your personal motto if that was still a thing?
A personal motto.
Yes.
Oh, that'll do.
I love that. I love it.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That's a great one. I absolutely love that one.
It's scary how easy that is.
Yeah, no, I'm really, really impressed. But before we end the podcast, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about or promote or mention at all?
Oh, yes, and yes. Okay, so please do come to one of our amazing book launches of The Ship's Cat. Come and see me and Katie dressed as pirates. We may also, at the Sunderland Waterstones, even have a shark outside.
Oh.
I've basically got a victim, friend, who's agreed to be in a shark outfit. To be fair, he was very enthusiastic and he is a singer. Alex Hall sings, by the way, but he won't be singing. So that would be cool.
A singing shark, yes.
Singing shark outside of.
That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Maybe we should
Yeah, no,
attention.
Yeah, I think you need to.
So yes, so that those events will be. So please do look on the Waterstones website for the Ship's Cat, Katie Scorer, because she's doing some of her own things in Carlisle. But then, then sort of local to Sunderland and Newcastle, there's one. The first Wednesday of the Easter holidays is Sunderland Waterstones 10 till 12. try and go for 10, but it's more of a drop in anything. But 10, you'll get the full experience. And then the second Wednesday, which is the 15th of March, is in the Newcastle Waterstones, where you're like down in the cellar, and it's all very exciting. And we'll also be pirates in there. Might not be the shark though.
We've got the
really
posters are going to be playing at the end, so people will be able to see it properly.
Yeah. And you can pre-order though. Feel free to, and please give your reviews. If you like it, the more reviews we get, the better it is. So please, if you do read it and you enjoy it, please do give a review.
And of course, it came highly recommended by Cy King.
Yes, it did.
The hairy biker, we saw him recommending it on
Yes.
World Book Day.
Oh, I adore him. He's just such a nice guy. Absolutely amazing shout out. He's genuinely like just an authentically amazing, lovely person. And yeah, go to Proper. Proper is a really good place.
I haven't been there yet. I need to go there properly and see it. I've only been there for an event. I've not had a proper chance to have a look around and stuff.
Get in touch and I'll go with you.
Oh, okay. It'll be a date.
It's a date.
It's a date. It's a date. It's a date. But
we're all going for pie.
Yeah. Oh, I love pie. But yes, is there anything else that you want to say, Sarah? Have you got anything that you want to add?
I believe the ship's cat's out on the 24th, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's
24th of March.
Not long.
So it's only a few days left. Like, hang on. Oh yeah, do you want to know a sad story really quickly?
Okay.
I was so excited about getting my copy because we get early copies. So excited. The author got hers. I was like, where's mine? Turns out my local sweet shop's got it because I thought it was a vintage parcel, but it's actually my book. So I'm like dying to get it and it's there waiting for me, but it was shut.
Oh no! Oh no!
The corner.
Oh no! That's
yes,
no good.
But yes, anyway, yes. So it's coming out very soon on 24th of March.
That's Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. It's less than a week.
What a random day, but yes, Tuesday's going to be the Chips Cat Day from now on.
Yes.
So on National the Chips Cat Day, get your own copy.
I was going to pick up my cat if it was nearby, but he's not.
Oh. You could. What if you brought your own? No, don't bring your own cat to Waterstones. Don't do it. It'll be trouble.
Let's not encourage people to do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But yes.
Right. Yes. This has been a lovely chat. I've had a great time, Hannah. Thank you very much for coming on. Me and Becca will be back in 2 weeks for Wonk. For all your other nerdy needs like monsters or wrestling, keep an eye on the Nerdy North socials, and they'll have the most up-to-date schedules there. And on that note, let us bring this to a close.
Yes, thank you, Hannah, for coming along. This has been such a fun episode, and I'm just so happy that I asked you, because this has just made my heart happy on a Wednesday.
Great shout, Becca.
Yes, I'm just so happy. But yes, we've got another episode coming out tomorrow as well on the main Sunday podcast. We're going to be talking about Super Marination. And like Gene Anderson, aren't we? We're going to be talking about Jerry Anderson. That's it. I will get the name right for the correct episode. We're going to be talking about Captain Scarlet, Thunderbirds, Terrorhawks. What else?
Joe 90.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about
stuff.
We are going to be talking about that world. But for this episode, keep your hearts full and your fandoms fierce, and we will catch you on the flip side. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.